Hello there. My name is Mr. Garvey. I'll be talking you through this short presentation about the GCSE PE programme. And my objective is to talk to you about the reality of picking PE in Year 10, which I think is an excellent option for you. How the programme's assessed, so hopefully I'll answer a few questions there, and then what a really successful GCSE PE student looks like. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys for about 5 minutes. If you have questions at the end, please email me or speak to your respective PE teachers. Okay. So I think we've got the best job in the school. We get to see children performing at their best in these amazing, different, varied environments. And I think that Year 10 and 11 PE as a GCSE PE student just makes things even better and more exciting and presents you with more and more opportunities. Okay, our expectation of GCSE PE students is that they have excellent attitudes to learning. Our students are passionate about sport and they have a really good level of effort in all lessons. We say that students should work as hard, if not harder, than their PE teacher in every single lesson. So that's the expectation. I'll talk to you more about home learning in a moment, point 2, but we believe our students have outstanding access to resources, array of resources that can really help drive on learning in our subject. So students that are very independent perform a lot better on our programme. And then finally, obviously, we are a practical as well as a theoretical subject at Key Stage 4. So practically speaking, we want you to always have perfect kit, enjoy your lessons, help create and contribute to fun lessons, and you're very much a part and responsible for doing that. Okay, so let me talk to you about how the PE programme runs and what it looks like. The top half of the screen explains that we have components 1 and 2, which are exam papers, and they equate to 60% of the overall qualification. There is a 10% piece of coursework involved in your overall grade, and that's about designing your own personal exercise program, which our students tend to really enjoy doing. So you'll create an exercise program based on all of the learning that's taken place. You'll apply that learning in terms of creating an exercise program to make you a more effective and a fitter athlete in your own respect, in your own sport. Okay, and finally, the 3 sports that you pick, you will be assessed in. So we'll provide you with a range of opportunities to participate in sport, but you'll select the 3 that you believe you'll score highest in. We will moderate those grades and support you throughout that process. We have children performing in swimming, in cricket, in rock climbing, in a range of water sports, as well as traditional sports such as table tennis, rugby, football, cricket, tennis, and so on. Okay, so we do offer a broad range of opportunities practically, and we think that's very important. Just on this slide, I've got some details about the BTEC Sport programme, and there'll be a separate presentation on that. But some students may prefer this pathway, which is what we call a more vocational pathway, because there's higher opportunity, or more opportunity, I should say, for coursework completion and for being assessed outside of a traditional exam environment. So if you prefer to complete content in a classroom environment via coursework, then the BTEC Sport programme is definitely for you. If you really do not thrive well under exam pressure, again, the BTEC Sport programme is possibly for you. But that presentation will provide a bit more information on that. Okay, so very quickly, the GCSE programme, as I mentioned, there's 4 components. Component 1, exam 1, is about anatomy and physiology, movement analysis, which is very similar to biomechanics, and then there's a unit about physical fitness training. Okay, paper 2, you'll look at health, fitness and well-being, so diet, lifestyles, and so on and so forth, and then sports psychology and socio-cultural issues. Those 2 units in particular, I know that students find particularly interesting. As mentioned a moment ago, there's a 10% coursework component, and then your 3 practical sports, again, which I mentioned a moment ago. We believe that we have high expectations for our children, and that's the right thing. So in classroom lessons, in theory lessons, expectations are sky high. We believe that children should work with us, not against us, and be working extremely hard in every single lesson. I've got 2 images here, the Everlearner and Seneca. These are our 2 online platforms, which the Everlearner in particular, we believe is outstanding for providing you with a range of practice materials, loads of exam questions that can be assessed there and then. Really powerful tool, which is completely free of charge to our GCSE PE students. And finally, a physical revision guide and a GCSE PE t-shirt are 2 things we ask you to buy at the beginning of the programme, because we know that organised and really well prepared students are those that do better in the long run. Okay, we champion literacy, so we've got a big literacy strategy within the department for students to get used to answering 9-mark questions and to always get 7 or 8 or 9 marks, hopefully, by following our methodology. And finally, that's the standard. I've just removed the faces of these children because they're in my previous class and I haven't got consent for using this photograph. But as you can see from the kit, that's the expectation. Children come with perfect kit to their practical lessons, and the standards are extremely high. Okay, the GCSE PE programme, I think, is a great programme. I think that children are offered a range of opportunities. It's certainly a misconception to regard PE as just a practical subject. Those days are long gone. As I mentioned on the previous slide, actually the majority of the GCSE PE course is assessed via examination, 60%, 10% coursework and 30% through practical performances. So that's not to discourage anyone from joining the programme, but just to be quite open and upfront that there is a rigorous exam element involved in the GCSE PE programme. Okay, the resources are great. We've got really good record of attainment, which is way above the national average as a department, and we're up there at the top in the borough for producing excellent results. So as a department, we've got an excellent track record. The student feedback's pretty good. Children really enjoy our subject, and they develop in a range of areas. So if you're interested, please reach out to PE teachers and we'll provide you a little bit more information. Thank you.